What's up, notJust developers? Welcome back to another episode of the Summer Startup Challenge, where during the whole month of August, during the next 30 days, our community is building their app ideas. So if you have any ideas of applications that you always wanted to build, now is the time. Give yourself some space to build this idea and to try to launch it on market by the end of this month. At the end, we're going to end with a demo day on September 1st, and the best projects will have an opportunity to present their application. So make sure to join the challenge and build your dream application. And more details about what you have to do and more information about the challenge itself you can find through the link in the description below. And yes, during the whole process, I'm also going to build an application of my own, and I'm going to document the whole process here on YouTube. So we're going to have 2 live streams every single week, and I'm going to try to share the whole process of building the application that I'm launching from start to finish. It's going to be a long journey. It's going to be very in-depth. And a quick disclaimer from the beginning is that this is not a tutorial. Here, if you are interested in learning mobile development and React Native, make sure to check out the other videos and live stream that we have on the channel where we prepare everything with an educational purpose. Here, we are actually building a real application, and I'm simply documenting this journey. Nothing is prepared. Sometimes I go into errors. Sometimes I spend a lot of time debugging things, but this is what it takes to build a real application. So if you're interested in that, you're welcome to join my journey, subscribe to the channel, and let's build this application together here on YouTube. This is day 3, and we can get started. Before I jump into the topics of what we are going to build today, I want to mention that for everyone who needs more personalized guidance and advice on how to build their own applications, I'm happy to announce that we recently launched our Pro community. You can find more information at notjust.Dev/pro. And during this challenge, we have weekly Q&A sessions. It's going to be tomorrow on Thursday, and where you can ask questions, get advice on the application that you are building. We also have some launch bonuses only available during August, which will include 50% discount for the membership. And again, you can find more information and details on notjust.Dev/pro. Now about the project that I'm building. First of all, previously on Summer Startup. So the application that I'm building is going to target couples and families and help them manage their common finances. The finances including financial goals or budgeting, tracking everything, and so on. But in order to be able to launch something as soon as possible in the hands of users and then to hear their feedback and to further prioritize features based on what people need instead of what I think they need, I want to focus on only one feature from the whole application, and that's going to be the savings goals. And I want to get the application on the market as soon as possible and then continue improving and adding features based on the feedback that I will receive. So the whole stack that I'm using for this application is Expo, Tamagui, and Supabase for the backend. I'm also using a starter template from Tamagui, which is a paid template, but everything else is free and open source, so you can also learn a lot of things together with me. For example, Tamagui and Supabase is something new for me, so it's a learning journey, but I'm pretty happy with everything, how it's turning so far. The game plan for today. We want to finish the savings goals, finish transactions, and clean up the home screen in order to be closer to being ready to deploy this application on the market. And here is the application that we have so far. Here at the moment on the home screen, this is mostly the components and things that were included in that template. So I didn't code most of this. The features that I managed to implement in the previous 2 episodes are the savings goals here. These are working, connecting with the backend. So you can go ahead and create a savings goal. For example, if you're saving for, I don't know, for the full stack mobile development course, you can do that here. And you can create the goal. The goal will appear here where you can check and you see how much you saved. Now with the transactions, that's what we built previous time. So you can go here in the transactions. You see a list of already transactions that you made. And whenever you are ready to add some, for example, $50 towards the course, you can add it here and it will successfully be added here on the bottom. And when you're gonna check the goal itself, what you should see is the transaction for that specific goal. And the progress automatically updated both here and on the details page of our goal. So everything is looking quite nice so far. As I said, the goal for today is going to be to finish these savings goals, maybe to add a couple of extra features that we have there. And what I also want to work on is on the home screen. I want to maybe display a couple of goals in a similar way as how they are displayed here from the starter package, maybe some numbers for the total amount saved. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. And regarding the transactions, we're going to look at how to, what's left there to make them ready. So that's the plan for today. Let's go ahead and get started. So here is this one. Here is our code. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. And here should be our code itself. So we have our applications, our Expo application, and we have our UI components as a separate package here. Hello everyone in the live chat. How are you doing, guys? Are you building your application during August or not? Rogelio, how are you doing? Fuad, hello. Aja, thank you very much. Hello from France. Hello. All right, so I think I'm gonna just add some music. Where is it? Here we go. A little chill environment, coding, music, maybe some coffee. Yeah, let's get into it. Greetings from Turkey. Hello. Giluan, hello. Him life. So what do we have here? We have our application, we have our code. We also have, should have here, our Notion page with all the details about the project that I'm keeping track. And here I also have a project board with all the tasks and features that I want to do. I categorize them in P0, which are must in order to launch the application, P1, which are kind of important, but the application can be launched without them as well, and P2, which are the nice to have things. So what's happening here regarding with the goals? Create a separate UI component for the saving goals. That's still in progress, even though we created a separate component for it in the UI source components. Where is it? Should be something like goal. Yeah, goal card. We still have to probably work on it because right now it's all of them are displaying the same icon and so on. So still in progress. What other things? Choose an icon, set due date, display first free saving also on the home screen. I think that's what I want to start working on. And maybe I'm gonna create a separate home screen task. So let's do it here, home screen, which probably is quite important. Well, what did I do here? home screen here. It's crucial. And I'm gonna move this display free 5 savings goals under the home screen. Okay. Okay, so let's probably start working on the home screen. So what do we have to do here? Well, first of all, let's have a look at what, starting from Expo application, the home screen is our app tabs, and then we have index. This is the home screen that is being rendered. Okay, I don't want to change or update this home screen. However, I want to create a new one, and I want to leave this to have this one as a reference point because I really like the user interface, and maybe it's gonna be helpful for us. So what I'm gonna do is home. Where is it? Features, home. Instead of screen, I'm gonna duplicate it to my screen. I don't know, something like that. And let's simply in our index change the import from home screen to my screen. Now it still renders the same because we duplicated the components, but I can do the changes in my screen and I can have that home screen as a reference, maybe if I'm gonna need it in the future. So what do we have here in the home screen? That's interesting. So first of all is the greetings. Greetings is, I don't know where it is. What happened to the greetings? API, greeting, greet, use query. Well, I don't need that create group. So where is the create group? Create group. It's not here. Where did I put it? I think I put it in the expo itself. So index create group. Yeah, I don't need it here. Hello Divi, hello George. How are you doing, guys? Okay, that one disappeared. I need to figure out what's up with this greeting. What it's supposed to do? Console log greeting query. Yeah, greeting query. Data undefined, error null. Let's check if I will actually need it, but probably not. App utils API. Yeah, I'm gonna simply delete it. I don't think I need it. But I'm very curious what it does. API / trpc API.greeting. So API source, there is index, routes, greetings. So what's going on with a greeting? Profile data name. So does it mean that I don't have a name? No, I have a name. So it should say something there, but it doesn't. Maybe the theme? No. session user ID, if profile error. I don't think that actually this greeting actually should be that complicated, because it simply takes the name, right? And says, and just checks the hour. I can basically do the same inside this component itself. I can take const user, use user, and here I can do user dot name, or I'm gonna take the profile actually, profile dot name. So now we see the name here at the top. Yeah, let's do it, because I think it adds a little personal touch. And other than that, like, it was good. It was something like this. Profile name. Here is the profile name. I don't need this check anymore because it checks here. And with a get time of a day, I think we can take this function. Good afternoon, Vadim. Perfect. I think I like that. So I don't need this API greetings and so on. I'm gonna delete this H2 as well. What's the problem right now? Rogel is asking what project management tool I'm using to track. It's Notion. I use Notion for everything. To basically all the things related to notJust development are here in the Notion. So yeah, that's what I'm using. Hello, does this summer startup series have a step-by-step guide and an asset bundle? No, it doesn't have, because this is not a tutorial. This is me documenting the journey of building this application. So everything that I'm doing is only here live together with you. For tutorials, we have a lot of them on the channel, so you can have a look and check some of the applications that you can build. We have, I think, more than 40 applications built on the channel, so there is a lot to choose from. Okay, so we're good with the greetings. Maybe I can even extract it, you know, from in a separate file called greetings.tsx. And I'm gonna add this from here to greetings. And I'm gonna do export default function greetings like this. We need the use user from the utils. What else do we need here? The Y stack from Tamagui. From my UI, but it shouldn't be source, simply my UI. And H2 from there as well. Okay, perfect. And now in the my screen, I can simply do where we have a greetings. Let's import it from these components. Nice. Okay, what's next? We have a greetings, then we have a Y stack with achievements, with an overview and the post sections. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have any posts at the moment, so I can remove them from here. And we are left with achievements, which probably will become savings, and the overview, which probably, in my opinion, will be on the top to see like your numbers. Yeah, I think that will look better. And on the web there, it's a bit crazy. So what I'm gonna remove for now everything from this part related to the web, because it's kind of extra. And if I'm gonna need it, I have it here in the screen, so I can look back. Now my home screen is much simpler. And we have these achievement sections, and we have overview section. Post sections, I don't need it. I can go ahead and remove it. When it comes to these two components for the achievement sections, I'm gonna create a separate component for it inside these components. Achievement. Did I call it correctly? Achievements section.tsx. And let's go ahead and copy everything from here into the achievements. And when I have to move these components like this, I copy also all the imports, and I simply remove the things that I don't need. So the one that are with grayed out. Maybe I can clean it later, because maybe we will have something else. I don't need the greetings, definitely. And now let's also import the achievement section from there, but make sure to export it. So this one needs a scroll adopt. I don't know what's that, but I saw that this component is here. Is it being used in multiple places? Yeah. So let's create a separate component for it. Scroll adopt.tsx. Export default function. Scroll view from where? Also from my UI. Okay. And in the my screen, I don't need it anymore. I can import it. Here, I can also import it in the achievement section. So achievements have been migrated correctly. And the last thing from this my screen is the overview section. So in the components, let's create a new file, overview section.tsx. From my screen, I can go ahead and copy maybe everything and simply remove the home screen. Export default. I don't think we need these offers. And in my screen, I can remove it and simply import it. So now I'm gonna clean up a bit the home screen. And look how simple it became. It's just one component that renders the overview section and the achievement section. And if we need details, we can go to, first of all, to the overview and later to the achievements. But as I said, the achievements for us, they're going to be called something different. They will be our savings goals, or yeah, let's call them goals section. Goals section. And the name of a component as well, goals section. Now here we can say all goals, and the link will be / I think it's called savings. So if I do all goals, it's gonna go to the savings. Perfect. Shouldn't be getting started, but saving goals or savings goals? How is it correct? Are you using Expo Router? If so, where is the layout file and the tabs? Yes, I'm using Expo Router. So as you can see, this template is a mono repo and it's split. The Expo application is split into a separate folder, and that's where you would find the application directory with all the tabs. Here are the tabs with all the indexes. But if you look in one of these index, you see that they're simply rendering one component like this. And this component is imported from another package. So it's another workspace. In the packages, we have app, and here, for example, features, home, and my screen. And this is what's being rendered on this screen. So the Expo application is mostly for the navigation setup and so on. Everything else we are developing in a separate package that can be reused between Expo and Next.js. That's the cool thing. Anyway, so what do we have here? I think we were working at this achievements section here. Achievements. So there is a scroll adopt. And look, what we need to do here is to get a couple of goals. We can have a look at how we are querying the goals in the savings screen. And here we will see use goal service with a list of goals. Let me check this use goals service. Before I was thinking to make these services, like to make one hook that will encapsulate all the operations for example, goals like list, create, and so on. But now I realize that it would be better if we have one hook for one operation. For example, this one would be use list goals. Use list goals. So let's call it like this. And instead of returning an object with list goals, I'm gonna return right away the results from the query. Return. So I'll have to update a bit how it's it's being implemented here. And it's not going to be by default. Let's just export a function. No, not here, not here. Wait, in the use goal service. Yeah, because we can import it differently. Use list goal. And now I'm gonna get right away the data and so on. So it's gonna be much easier to work with. I don't need router in the savings. So if I go to the savings, yes, it works. There are so many things that we have here that we do not need, because we extracted all of them to a separate component. So we can clean up a bit while we are here. Okay, and use list goal. Let me check where else I'm importing from where. In the savings, use fetch goals. Here as well, and that is inside our savings in the goal item itself, right? Yeah, where else was that service imported? Use list goal. Here, that's in our create screen. For example, when we create a transaction. Yes. So it should have use list goals. And we can create transactions, right? Yeah. And that should be it. Yeah. Perfect. Now, in my screen, I can also use that. Const data equal use. It shouldn't be in the home screen. It should be in the specific section, in the goals section. So here, let's use list goals. Let's take the data. What I can do now is console log data. Let's see what we have. So I think, yeah, these are a list of all our goals. So the same way as how we are rendering them inside the savings, we need to render them here inside this stack. So let me remove everything from this stack. Yes. Now we don't have any savings goals, but if I have a look at the savings screen here, the way we render it is using a flat list and a goal item. So I think I'm gonna just simply import this goal item into the my screen. No, into the goals section. And I'm gonna loop through data.map, and for every goal I want to render a goal item like this. Oh, come on. And we need to close this one here, and nothing shows up. Well, first of all, we need a if is loading. Render more hooks than during the previous render. Is it because of a goal item? Is it coming from here? It's not coming from here. Which one then? Use link? This one? Yep. Well, why do you have it like this? Button, use link. Yeah, because I added this is loading, so I think I can do it here as is loading. Let's render a spinner. Otherwise, we can render this scroll adopt. And this way it should work. Yep, it's working. And let's uncomment this one and see. Yes, we see something. They are very large, but goal item. Let's have a look. Goal item. So they have a width of 100. If 100, they would have here a width. How was it for the other screen? For example, in the screen, if we look at the achievement section, the width was calculated. Okay, I can take a look at these three. Hey, what's happening? It's kinda... It froze for some reason. Now I cannot see anything. With well, for that I think we just have to take a seat. It's that time. So what's going on here? Why even with static width here it doesn't work? If I take this out, you see here they are working. Oh, here as well. What happened? Let's look at the data, JSON stringified data. So if I reload, we receive what? Undefined, undefined, undefined. Why? Use list goals. Can it be because it has an error? Because the second time it works. The first time, nothing. Fetching goals, and we have here what? What do we depend on? On the group ID? We see fetching goals undefined, fetching goals undefined. That means that the group is not yet there in the use user before we get here. I think I'm gonna have to basically wait until the group has been fetched before opening the application. I don't know. Because let's look at the application. Here we have what? Layout. IMQ. Привет, привет. Initial session. Let's look at the provider. What do we have here? We have so in the provider, what's happening? Session. Oh boy, where is this? Utils, authentication, or use user? Use user. There is this is loading, so I would just simply show a loading indication until this is loading has finished. Authentication provider, then the rest of the providers. Query client, React query. Oh boy. So in the this use user depends on what? It depends on the use session context from .supabase use session context. Use context app providers. So the component is from our provider native session. But it also needs the use Supabase. So I think, I don't know, I'm gonna simply create another one for ensure data, to make sure that we have data and not to render the application until we query the necessary data. So can be called like, you know, ensure data. And let's create an index.tsx here. And a new file, ensure data provider.tsx. Basically, that's not even gonna be a provider. it will check, it will get the is loading from user console log is loading. Let's simply return the children. And from here, let's export from ensure data provider. Now inside the index, I can go ahead and import and it can be the last one. So let's see what we console log there. So console log is loading like this. Is loading false, false. Let's restart. So is loading true, true until it's false. So what we want to do is, if is loading, I don't know, return y stack with a spinner. Otherwise, return the children. Not from the types, from directly UI. So now, as you can see, there should be a loading, but it's at the top there. F1. Let me just see it in action. F1 items center. I'm getting used to with I need it like this. So I don't need hello world. Align items center and justify content center. Why it's not working? Because it should be F1. Yes, and now it's in the middle. I don't need the padding. I don't even need the line items, and it's the justify content that makes it in the center. Yes. Spinner, what properties a spinner can have? Size large, colors, size large, and colors. I think this is okay. Maybe like green. I'm not gonna change the color. Let's leave it like this. And now if it's loading, it's gonna be that. Otherwise, we're gonna render the children. Perfect. So after refreshing, we are going to be sure that if we get on the home page, then we are ready with loading the user data like profile, group, and so on. So now our savings goals are loaded correctly. Perfect. Can I simplify this by return children like this? Yeah. And I can delete the loading, H2, and this one is finished. Perfect. So back to what I was working. Evgeny, привет. Hello. Back in our home screen, my screen here. Home, my screen. In the components. And here we have goals section. Which is rendering goals. The problem is that we should have a unique key. So let's add a key here as goal.id. Yep. And we need a way to make sure that here on this screen, the goal item will render the thing with full width, and on the home screen width is going to be 300. So how are we going to do that? We can have an optional width property here, number. Let's take it from the properties and let's use width if it's provided, or 100%. So in the goal section, we will have to provide the width of 300. I think that 100 is what overloads the application because it's a scroll view and it's very, very large. Okay, so on the home screen it's 300 pixels. Here on the saving screen it's full width. Well, I'm still here on the saving screen. In the flat list, I also want to hide this scroll indicator. So show scroll indicator. False. And it's not horizontal but vertical. Yep. How do I limit? The next question is I think this here as well. I need to do it like this. Yeah, I wanted to render here only a couple of them, not all of them. So in the goals section, I want to paginate this, use goals list. So if I use here a limit, which was going to be optional, superbase from select where it's equal, and yeah, let's look at superbase documentation. This is something new for me, so let's go to the docs. We are interested in the JavaScript fetch data. Limit the query results by count. The maximum number of rows to return. Limit. Okay, so after select we have dot limit. Or maybe even after equal we should do dot limit and the limit value. Because the limit can be undefined, I think I'm going to default it to, I don't know, 100 goals by default. I don't know. So with this approach, in the goal section, I can but it's optional. Wait a second. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna take the limit with default 100 from options. Okay, so like this it works, but if I add here limit free and refresh, let's see what we see. Yes, it's only 3 goals. And if I press all goals, it's 3 of them, and after that it loads more. Let's try again. I'm interested if it will work as I expect. Because it's using the same key, and I'm not sure if how pagination works in the React query. Like when we have the same key. For example, here it's 3 of them under the same goals key. And on the savings goals, it's also goals key, but now the page is different. So if I go back to home screen here, we already have all of them, you see? And here we have all of them. But I still want only the first three here. So let's read a bit on the React query pagination to see the best practices how to implement it. Yeah, it has query, but we're working with limit. Consider the following example where we would ideally want to increment page index. Projects and page. But we have a different lagging infinite query results with keep previous data. While not as common, the keep previous data option also works flawlessly with use infinite query hook, so you can seamlessly allow your users to continue to see cache data while infinite query keys change over time. Use infinite query. That might be also something interesting. Need more info about it. React query. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna think a lot here. What I'm gonna do is, let's do hard limit here, which is going to be a Boolean. So the hard limit, if it's true, we're gonna simply slice the array. And hard limit false by default. So here in return data, we can check if hard limit, then return data dot slice 0 to limit. Otherwise, simply return everything. So now in the goal section, I'm gonna do hard limit true, because I want, even if we have more data in the state, in the cache, I still want only the first three of them. So if I'm gonna refresh right now, we have three things here. If I check all goals, it will load all of them. Back on the home screen, I still, oh my god, I still see all of them. Oh boy. Yeah, because this is at the use query level. Yeah, let's, it's not gonna work here, the hard limit, but it's definitely going to work here on the goal section. We can take const goals equal data dot slice 0 3. We can also number of goals equal 3, so we can use this number of goals here, and here. So let's use data or empty array, and using the goals we're gonna render them here. So now if I'm gonna refresh, it's 3 of them. If I'm gonna go to the savings, it's gonna load more. I'm gonna go back, it's still 3 of them. Perfect. I also want to render the latest created goal at the top. Latest 1, 2, 3 create goal, and it should be now at the bottom. I want to render it here at the top of a list. So in the use goal here, dot sort or order by created at so latest is on the top as well. Latest should be here in the savings goals on the home screen. Yep. Perfect, I think I like it. So let's go ahead and double check if what changes did we do and commit everything. Oh boy, it's a lot. I wanted to make sure we didn't leave any console logs or something like that. For example, in my screen here, everything is clean. In the components, greetings, everything is clean. In the goals section, let's remove some of the things from here to leave everything clean as well. And now our savings goals are nicely displayed on the home screen. Perfecto. Git add, git commit -m home screen goals. And we can do git push origin dev. Perfect. So looking here, we have a home screen in progress, and there was this display thing that I wanted to add inside the home screen. So this one is done, and it's going to be removed from here. What else do we need on the home screen? Overview, stats, statistics, and maybe total saved. So that would be something else here at the top. Later we can display like more information here, but at the moment, because we only have one feature in our application and it's our savings goals, let's go ahead and display them here. So for our application features, home components, we have here overview section. And in the overview section, what are we doing here? We have view all stats, which doesn't do anything at the moment. So we can simply probably comment it out. Overview. Yep, that's good. And then overview card, title. So the title. We're gonna have probably how many goals you have. For example, similar to how we have here, 4 users. That's gonna be our first card. And goals created, or simply goals. Don't think it's gonna have any badge text here. And one with total saved. And as well, I don't think it's gonna have anything here. What other stats we can have at the moment? Basically how much you saved already, and so I can remove the other thing. Okay. So we need to get them from somewhere. For goals, let's go ahead in our service, use goal service, and here use list goals. Let's simply copy this one into a new use count goals. It's not gonna have any options. It's gonna need the group, use query goals count. We don't do limit, we don't do order, we simply do dot count. Will that work? Let's see the documentation for that. Select count exact head true. Count. Is React Native used in Fang? It was created in Fang. It was created by Meta, and Facebook is using it quite a lot. Supabase count rows. Count exact head true. If you want to return object cannot invoke Okay, let's try it this way. Select and then count and return simply count. Don't even need the data. Let's see if it will work. Use count goals. Here in our overview session, and it will return data. Rename it to count and use it here for the number of goals. While it's still not loaded, what does it say? I think it loads quite instantly. But still, this count can be number or undefined, so we can say count or 0. 7 goals. Yes, that's what we have here. And if I'm gonna change it one more, not sure if it will change automatically, but after I refresh, it should. Yep. So what we can do is goals count. We can invalidate this query when we add new goals. Use fetch goal, use get goals progress. Where do we have the creating of goals? Savings, create screen. I think this mutation should also be put into that file. Invalidate queries. How does invalidate query? Because invalidate queries. Query key. Can it be? Invalidate queries. It should be an array of Can I do maybe like this, where the second one is goals count? So if I have here 8, and I'm gonna go to our goals, updating. It didn't update this one, and it didn't update this one. Multiple queries. I don't think singular normal array would work because the keys themselves are an array. So if I would have this key as goals and then something else, it would not work. That's what I assume, but let's try. 9 goals, and this is going to be our 10th. Something like that. No, it didn't update this one, and it didn't update this one. Array keys with variables. Yeah, that's something that. Query keys. React. One for each query. Or that, yeah, definitely query. Do you mean like this with comma? No, this doesn't work. React query. Invalidate multiple queries. Invalidate every query with a key that starts with to-dos. You know what I can do? I can use... Here we have the key goals. And here, instead of having a separate key, I'm going to have a combination of goals and count. Now, in invalidate, I'm going to simply invalidate goals. And if that's true that it will invalidate all queries that start with goals, it should work for both of them. So if I go here and add 11, 11 was updated here, and 11 is updated here. Perfect. Amazing. That's nice. So yeah, keys in React query is an array of things. So for example, if we add multiple things here, we can even add variables like ID here, and it will cache separately for different combinations of these variables. So these goals count will be cached separately than goals because it's a different combination. And it apparently will invalidate queries that starts with these goals or includes these goals. I don't know. And I need to do something with total saved as well. with total saved. Services, use goal service. I think that would be in transactions, because we have use transactions by goal, and I can do some transactions by goal. Use some transactions by goal, goal ID, transactions sum. So we get await Supabase from transactions, select. I don't need information about the goal. I need actually the sum of amount, where goal ID is goal ID. I don't need to order them, doesn't matter. Let's see this one in action. In the features, home, components, overview, and here let's const data equal, and the goal, oh no, transactions, not by goal ID, but by group. So here, group ID, it should probably also be inside this use key, where group ID is equal to group ID. I don't think I will need to sum transactions for other groups, so I'm gonna drop this from the name and from the parameters, and I'm gonna take the group ID right away here. Can I do that? For example, here I do it, so why not? Group dot. I don't even need this one if I'm gonna only query my information, group ID. And we should check if group is null, return null. Oh, not here. Here. Use some transactions. Let's see what do we get. We get undefined. Could not find a relationship between transactions and sum in the schema cache. Probably I messed up from select sum. Let's try to run the query ourselves using yarn. First of all, I'm gonna open Supabase. I'm using it locally at this moment, so let's go ahead and open our studio. Here it is. And let's try to run a query. So what I'm interested in is select from transactions where group ID is equal to, I don't know, 27. Is there some transactions there? Transactions for what group do we have? 23. Okay, so what I wanted to do is to do some amount. Yeah. Why doesn't work? From transaction, select some amount. Transactions and sum. What's the problem? Search for a foreign key relationship between transaction and sum in the schema public, but no. Yeah, I don't think this is how it's actually supposed to work. Okay, but how does it work? So fetch data, modifiers, I think I will simply have to create a new Postgres function the same way as we calculated the amount per goal. Similar to the count query. I think it's similar to what we did yesterday with a custom Postgres function. But how would it be similar to the... Where is count here? Select. Maybe. So you mean something like select everything and then do what? Sum? Yeah, let's see if there is a easier way other than, if not, we're gonna create that Postgres function that will do it. So calculate the sum of a column superbase. Postgres function. Yeah, everyone is pointing to the Postgres functions. Okay, let's do that. We already kind of know how to do it. Yesterday it was harder to do it, but today let's go here, functions. We have this one, get goal progress. Let's create a new function. I'm gonna take this as an example, and let's create a function called total saved by group. Should that be the way? Total saved by group. It's gonna be a return type a float 8. Arguments, we're gonna need the group ID, which is an int 8. And the definition, let's use the same. Let's start with the one that we did yesterday. So we need total amount, sum amount into total amount from transactions, where instead of goal ID, we're gonna have group ID equal to, here should be the name of a function, total saved by group, dot ID dot group ID. If total amount is null, then total amount will be 0, and if return total amount, yes, that's what we need. And after creating it, we need to quickly do the, not quickly, it's not gonna go away, but we need to generate our migration. So migration group totals, group totals. And let's generate yarn super G. Yarn super G, always when I say this, it's funny. To generate the types for the TypeScript. And after that will be done, we can have a look at how we implemented this inside our savings goal item. And here we have use get goal progress. Which calls, yeah. Should I create a different service for, and I'm not even gonna call them like this with use, because a file, I'm gonna have to structure them a bit better. For example, even in a folder. And let's do, not even a folder. I don't know. Overview stats.tsx. And here I'm going to simply export use get total saved. I don't need the ID. Use Supabase, let's import it. Use query, let's import it. The ID is going to come from, it shouldn't be in the query because total saved. Total saved. We need the group ID, so const group use user. Here, if we don't have a group ID, then simply return null. Otherwise, use this group ID. Well, the function that we need to call is total saved by group, and the property is group ID, which we have here, group.id. Okay, now we can try to use it inside our home components overview. But this one, use some transaction, we don't need it anymore. So, total saved, still undefined. It's still undefined. Use get goal service. Let's look at this one once again. Console log debug. And also the error. Details, it could refer, okay. It could refer to either variable or a table column. Column reference group ID is ambiguous. Okay, why? I know probably why. Get goal progress, edit function. No, it's total saved by group, edit function. Yeah, this group ID is the same as this group ID, so I cannot edit the arguments, can be referenced. I cannot edit it. So maybe this group ID. How do I say transactions dot group ID equal to this variable? Confirm. Yes. We have it. So total saved can go here. As a variable total saved, but it's going to be a number, right? Nice. So we have here total saved as well. Perfect. What about the way the number is displayed? Isn't on this screen, doesn't it look better? Overview. Yeah, because they put this comma. Total saved dot to locale string. Yeah. Nice. So we have some statistics and overviews. That's perfect for our home screen. And I also need to run a new migration because I changed something in the functions. So the migration should be rerun. Hello, I'm a beginner. Where can I start to study? If you're interested in learning mobile development, then on our channel, you're gonna find a lot. Where is it? We have so many projects that you can start from, and if you're a beginner, I can recommend you... Which one? There was a very easy one. The Tesla application. Try to start from here. It's quite beginner friendly and it will teach you how to build mobile applications using React Native and Expo. Anyway, let's see yarn super G to regenerate the types, but I don't think they changed. And git add, git commit. Do you hear the music, by the way? I think so. So let's look here. So overview stats, complete, done. Do we need anything on the home screen? I think for now it's complete. Later, if we're gonna think to add more on the home screen, we can do that, but for now, finished. With authentication, we still have something there. With goals, quick add transaction from the goal details page. Yeah, quickly add transaction from the goal details page. For example, if you go to the details page of this goal, you see a list of transactions. Maybe I'm gonna go to something that has more transactions. You see a list of transactions, but at the moment there is no way to quickly add it. So I'm thinking that I will have to create a page that will contain both creating goals and creating transactions. And I'm gonna put them into separate tabs and link it to this plus button. Let's try to work on that. And for this, I have a separate add a generic create page with multiple tabs for quick adding. Yeah, let's try to work on this one. Okay. So where do we start here? One common page, multiple sub pages or tabs. For we have create goal and create transaction. Okay, so there is already this page with new project. What I'm gonna do is, let me in Expo application, right away I want to change something. This create, can I do in the layout? Here for the stack, or maybe it shouldn't be adjusted here, but inside we create stack presentation. I want to present it as a model. Can I do that? There was a problem. ¿Por qué? Screen presentation updated from model to push. This may likely result in a screen object leakage. If you need to change presentation style, create a new screen object instead. What? Maybe it shouldn't be adjusted here. Maybe it should be adjusted on the layout. Yeah. So stack.screen. The name of that screen is create, and options is going to be presentation model. Okay, missing root tag. This is a bug. You may need to different track native version or to avoid using model on native. What? I don't know what that means. So now if I do it like this, if I add plus, it's going to open this one. Nice, nice. Now, let's see if I can transform this create into a new folder called create and add it as the file there, and it should probably be index.tsx. And inside this create, something was broken, but yeah, layout.tsx. I want to export default create layout, export default function create layout, return. I want tabs. I want tabs here. So for example, I'm gonna have the index and maybe some other screens from, for example, transactions. We have this create. I'm not sure if I need in both places, but let me first add this one here, transaction. And the tabs are bottom tabs. I'm looking at top tabs. So Expo router top tabs. Does it support out of a box, or should I? No, I think I'm gonna have to create the tabs myself, because even right now it messes a little bit the stack. I want to have a model and inside it tabs, top tabs, but yeah, I'm not gonna be able to use the tabs, the native tabs inside the model, you know. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is in the create, it's not gonna have a layout. Or maybe it should. Oh boy. Still, I'm gonna have a layout, because in the layout I will keep track of which one is export default function create layout. Return. Let's return simply the slot, and the slot will simply render what was already there, like this. then we have create. Let's bring the create savings goals as well here. So in the layout, create / savings should have a presentation mode model, and also create / transaction. It's opening the index. Should I have a transaction as the index? I think so. Delete. Because you will more often create transactions index. Finally, AWS accepted my card. Now I can try your videos. Hey, let's go. What is the problem with AWS not accepting the card? Yeah, I'm getting a bit the problem is with this layout that I don't see the yes. And I think in this index, I need to have both of them. So create screen, create transaction, create transaction screen, and also the saving one. Create I'm going to have some kind of way to choose between them. Not gonna have a separate one here. And this index probably can come to the home screen and be called create. Now in the layout, it's only one, create. Here. Okay, this is add transaction. I need some kind of tabs. So let's check Tamagui for the docs. And maybe also we can run the yarn how's it called? The storybook iOS, to see maybe there is something that we can reuse. Checkbox, form, input, label, progress, select. No, slider, switch, toggle. Should I use this one? Yeah, I think I can use this one. Or maybe group. Tabs. Oh, there is tabs. That's exactly what I need. Let's give it a try with tabs from Tamagui. So the tab one will be create transactions screen, and the tab 2 will be create saving screen. And here create or maybe without create saving goals. What text? Where did I make a mistake? I think this one should be inside the text. Okay, we have something. So we have tabs, default value. Width probably should be 100%. This one's tabs tab have all a flex F1 for flex 1, and this one as well. What's up with them? First of all, we don't need the safe area view here. All right, what's happening here? In any situation, background color red. So here, if I do F1, it's going to take okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't think I need the background color red. I don't even think we need the Y stack. Yes, we don't. So we have tabs. And the maybe the one that orientation vertical. No, we need horizontal tabs. Orientation. tab list. I don't think it should be F1. Space, what space? This should be F1. Why it's a bit... Overflow border color. So if this will have a background color red. The tabs is still full size. This, if I add background color blue, oh, it doesn't look very good. But it looks good. In tabs content, if instead of this we're gonna have an H2, say create transaction, will it look better? Yeah, this looks okay. So let's change the then the problem now should be with this create transaction. Now it works. What? So for transactions it works, for goal it doesn't. Let's see why. Create saving screen, let's open, and then create transactions. So for transactions it works because it's a form. And here it's also a form. What's different? What if I use... Oh, because here I don't have F1? Yeah, baby. Quick add. Okay, so this screen, quick add, we're gonna have two tabs. One for transaction, one for saving. The same, or let's actually have a maybe enum tabs. And savings. So tabs dot transaction. Here as well. And here is going to be tabs dot savings. And initially it's going to be this one. Okay. And I cannot switch to a different one. What if I just do const tabs equal I don't think it should be value, it should be default value. Yep, now it works. Let's see, maybe we can improve a bit there how it looks. Should I try to add this separator to the tabs list? I don't think that's a space. Okay. I don't need the space. There is also a separator here. Let's look at this. This one looks better, but it's quite a lot. Oh no, I don't want that. I just want to maybe add some background color because at the moment okay, tab state, current tab, intent active, preview. Unstyled. That was on tab list. And on this tab it was what? Unstyled? Nothing changes. Oh, that's a bit harder than I expected. Anyway, I'm not gonna complicate here too much. I'm gonna keep it simple like this. It's a quick add. It helps quickly add a transaction. And that's good. So from the savings, if I'm gonna click on quick add, it's gonna go there. Not where I actually need it. So in Expo, application layout. Where do we have this button? Should be in the tabs. Definitely tabs layout. There should be a create. Navigation, navigate, create. I think I need to go always to navigation, navigate / create, no matter on which screen we are. Why it goes there? What if we don't prevent the default? What's gonna happen then? What? This function is not actually even called. Oh, you see, it might come here. But why? It has 2 times the same functionality. Tab press. Yeah, maybe I don't need to do anything here, but rather from here, router.push create. Here it works, but anyway, here it will go to the local screen. But on transactions, if I do plus, it will open quick add. Why is that happening? Router.push. Let's do const on press. And here, let's do the router push. But from this screen, why it's going there? Router push. Because there is such a screen. Well, first of all, I don't need the plus signs from the top here anymore, because I can add them from this big plus sign. So from application tabs, where is that? In the, for example, savings, layout. No, in the savings index, header right, I don't need it anymore. Okay, savings, it's not there anymore. Same thing with transactions in the layout. In the index header, we don't need it. We can do here plus quick add transaction, and on the savings it goes still there. So I also will remove a create from here, from the savings itself, delete, and also from transactions create, I don't need it. It's gonna be managed throughout the same quick add. So if I go to home screen, this one works perfectly. In the savings, it works. And in the transactions, if I do press, it works. What I want to do is when from the savings, I'm gonna click plus to automatically go to the saving goal, I don't know. So for that, what I have to do is inside our tabs layout here, where we have a circle, we can take const use, I don't know, path. Use router, use let's check Solita router, because the Solita router is wrapping our expo router. But here we are in the in expo, so I think I can easily use expo router to take from here, use path name, press from. I want to distinguish where, from what page we are pressing the button. So if I press from here, there is this warning. boy. Press from /savings. So I can do router push create and send there some data. Tab, which is going to be in the create, not here, in the create this one. We have tabs. If path name equal to /savings, or maybe not even path name, I can take use segments. So if segments at position 0 equal to saving, like savings, the tab name is going to be this one, savings. Otherwise, it's going to be transactions. Create slash I think I'd have to do an object here with path name and what? And Expo router, where is it? Expo router docs. Congratulations on your card. Router, it's either href or params. Oh boy, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna have a tab that should be highlighted as the dynamic property. So for that, I'm gonna create a folder called create. I'm gonna move our create into that folder, and I'm gonna replace this with tab. Now back here we can simply do push towards /create/tab. Okay, this can be improved of course, but for now it should work. And in the layout here, create/tab. Quick add, yes. And in the tab I can get const equal use local search params, and I'm gonna get the tab, and this tab is going to be the default value. If why tab can also be an array of strings? In what situation it can be an array of strings? Otherwise, tab at position 0, and this active tab now is either a string or undefined. Okay, this is a small thing, but it takes so much time. So now if I take from here, it goes to the transaction. But if I'm on the savings and click press, it doesn't. It doesn't. But why? Let's do console log active tab. Okay, so here. Oh, there are so many warnings here. Active tab transactions. Okay, but why? Console warn tab. So if I go from here, it's transactions. Why? Because segments at position 0 is tabs. So I'm interested in segments at position 1 then. Yep. Okay. And I think now the tab will work correctly. At least should calculate it. Savings, yes. And router. So if I go to the savings, do plus, it create a new savings. Yeah, correct. If I go to transactions, create a new transaction. If I go here, press plus transaction, back to savings, it's correct. And if I go to this one, I think here like it would be nice. What? Something happened there. What happened? Oh boy, my head is already hurting. That thing with the goal should be in our features, create, transactions, create screen. Console log goal options. Okay, let's see. Okay, if I go here, besides these errors, what's the problem? Name works, so why it's not here? I didn't do anything. Props, goal ID, options, name string is not assignable to type select item. The value type number is not assignable to type string, because in the goal options the value is a number, but here select item the value is schema. My god. Type select item. The value can be a string or a number. Let's do it like this. Oh. But we changed it. It's a string or a number. If I simply render in the tabs on the home screen. Instead of home screen, if I render, create screen from transactions. Now here it works, you see. Yeah, maybe I can understand why. It might be related to the same, to the problem, to the warning that we receive here. Missing root tag. Let's try to understand this problem. Not even sure where it's coming. Missing root tag. React Native model. And this is, I thought this is coming from the presentation model, but I think it's coming from this goal, because if missing root tag, do we get it always when we come here, missing root tag? But if I come to transactions, no, if I come to savings, it doesn't appear. So the problem is with the model itself. What's up with the model? Missing root tag React Native model. Oh boy. Okay guys, so I don't think I will fix this issue right now in the live stream. It's already too much. So anyway, we managed to do quite a lot of things today. The most important part is the home screen that we managed to put together with real numbers here, with real savings goals and so on. We fixed up a bit on the savings screen by sorting them properly, and also we implemented this quick add view that helps us create different things like transactions, savings, goals, and so on. I'm gonna try to debug this issue that is causing the selector, the model, to not work. Other than that, we're quite good so far. I think on Friday we're gonna try to wrap it up with the set of features that we have, clean up also a little bit in the profile page, and already prepare it for deploying it to market and start testing it with some users on test flight, and continue working on new features, because this is just the beginning. So anyway, thank you for staying here with me till the end. I hope you're also building your own application, and if you enjoy what we are doing here at notJust.Dev, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, leave a like, and write down in the comments what would you like to learn and what future tutorials we should do. Anyway, That was it for today. I'm going to see you on Friday. And for everyone in our pro community, I'm going to see you actually tomorrow during our next Q&A session. So all the details will be on our private Discord channel, and you can find more